You guys, I was so excited to film this video that I bought this Sing to Me Paolo shirt from Etsy to wear. It's too big, but I still want credit. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Ashley. I hope that you are doing well wherever you happen to be quarantined right now. I am kind of obsessed with Hilary Duff. I was a preteen when Lizzie McGuire was out. I was about 13 when Come Clean came out, which was iconic. I mean, it was the theme song of Laguna Beach and also the de facto theme song of my 8th grade church retreat. So yeah, it was a pretty big deal to me. I love me some Hilary Duff. And you know what? If you don't, you're wrong. So today we're going to try to recreate the look that Hilary Duff did on her Instagram stories or Instagram TV a few months back. Hilary has done a few makeup tutorials in the last couple months. She did one on Instagram and then a second one on Instagram, and then she just did one with Vogue that's here on YouTube. But I'm going to be recreating that first Instagram one because when I watched that a few weeks before the Vogue one came out, it was the first I had heard that she had a collection with Nudestix. And when I found out that she had a collection with Nudestix, I went out and bought her collection with Nudestix. Let's be honest, we all have one or two celebrities or even YouTubers that if they tell us they have a product, we're gonna go buy it. Hilary Duff is one of mine. If she says something's good, I'm probably gonna try it. I love her. I love her, and I want to support her fully. Speaking of supporting her fully, who else has been personally victimized by Disney Plus deciding to indefinitely postpone the Lizzie McGuire reboot? How dare you, especially in these times. I need that to look forward to. I need that to look forward to. We all need something to look forward to. Why can't Lizzie McGuire be the thing that I get to look forward to? I'm not gonna rant. I'm not gonna rant. We're gonna try the makeup. I'm going to start by pinning my hair back. I use these clips like every day. And fun fact, in Hilary's Vogue video, she uses the same clips. Stars, they're just like us. They have Amazon Prime too. So I will link the video that I'm going off of below in the description box. She starts out by using something called Calendula Oil. I'm not gonna lie, my attention span right now was not long enough to go research that to decide whether or not that was an oil I wanted to put on my face. So I'm not gonna do that. I just put on some normal moisturizer. And then she uses a carrot stick, a carrot eye balm stick from the brand Evan Healy. I wanted to get that, but Amazon has some extended delivery times, as we well know, because they're just prioritizing, I guess, things that people really need. And let's be honest, I don't really need a carrot eye balm stick just because Lizzie McGuire had one. So I'm just gonna, use some regular eye cream. This is the AGE Eye Complex from SkinCeuticals. The reason I'm going to put this on and not skip this step, even though I don't have the product that Hilary used, is because you're gonna see in a little bit, Homegirl does not put on concealer, so my under eyes are going to need all the help they can get. So for base, she uses the Nudestix Tinted Cover Foundation. She was shade 3.5, and she said it was a little dark for her, and I don't think I'm even as dark as she is. So obviously I had to shop online, and I ended up going with the shade number 3. So I'm going to apply with a beauty blender because that's the way that Hilary did it. And the whole point of this is to do what Hilary does. So she goes like really fast and she's like really hard on her skin because she says she doesn't have time, which can definitely relate. I really loved this Instagram video that she did more than I liked the other two tutorials, I guess. Not because I thought like it was better in any way, but I just really related to it because she's doing it while her baby is asleep. So at one point she says, I'm just gonna put my makeup on while my baby's sleeping while I have 5 minutes to myself. And I cannot count how often I use the phrase, I just need to do something while I have 5 minutes to myself, or I just need 5 minutes to myself. That is real life when you have an infant, and I just really found that extremely relatable. And I think she's one of those celebrities that you can really relate to more than other celebrities. Like even Chrissy Teigen, who I believe is super relatable, and I'm not shading her by saying this, she's even talked about how she has like a bunch of staff, like nannies and chefs and maids and stuff. And with Hilary, I mean, maybe she has those and we just don't see them, but I definitely feel like she's doing a lot of the same day-to-day stuff that I do as a mom and a wife, and I just appreciate seeing that. Also, we have to give her props for being the one Disney star that has not gone off the deep end yet. And I really, like, Hilary, please do not go off the deep end. I hope I'm not jinxing that. I'm gonna knock on wood. Because really, we have to protect Hilary Duff. She's all we have in these trying times. This is a weird side note, and I don't know why I thought of it. I know Amanda Bynes was not on Disney. She was Nickelodeon, but it just like breaks my heart when I see her in the news, and it seems like, you know, she's not doing well, because I loved her growing up, and her movies are so funny. Like, even the ones she made, you know, in her late teens, early 20s, like She's the Man, such a good movie. She was just so funny, and it just breaks my heart that she's going through such a hard time. But you know what? This video is not about Amanda Bynes. This video is about Hilary Duff, who is sunshine and joy and makes us feel better during difficult times. So we're gonna move on to the next step. She takes the Westman Atelier Vital Skin Foundation, and she just adds it to a few areas, I guess for extra coverage. She doesn't really say what for, but I'm assuming it's for additional coverage. I'm just going to put it exactly where she put it. She did like cheek, her chin, and then her forehead, and that's how she did it. So I'm doing, you know, that's the point of this video, is to do what she does. So I'm just gonna put exactly where she did, and then I'm gonna blend it out with a beauty blender like she did. I actually already had this foundation. I had tried it in a Clean Beauty First Impressions. I will link it in the eye. I honestly, I didn't hate it, but I didn't super love it. But I will say I actually like how it's sitting on this Nudestix kind of very light coverage foundation. It looks nice, and it does add a little bit of coverage right there. So kind of digging this. She mentions how the shade is a little dark for her, and it is a little bit dark for me too. I have a feeling that she and I both have the same shade, which is Atelier 3. And I say I have a feeling because the shade range is pretty limited on that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're using the same one, because the Atelier 2, the tone wasn't right for me. So I went with Atelier 3, and then it's still like on my, like if I have just self-tanned, it's perfect. But once my self-tan has come off, like even one day in, it's a little too dark, but I like how it sits on that. Thank you, Hilary. Okay, for contour, Hilary uses the Nudies Tinted Blur Stick. She uses Deep 9. I'm gonna use the same one, and I'm gonna put it in the exact places she does, even though they're not exactly the places I would necessarily normally put my contour. I think contouring is something that is so personal to each of us, because, you know, it's kind of based on your face shape. What works for one person isn't necessarily going to work for you, because their face shape is not the same. But I have to like check to see where she's putting it. But today I'm all in for Hilary. I'm gonna try what she's doing. So she says to use any brush that you think is good for like powder blush. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using my favorite powder blush brush. Anytime the word blush and brush are in the same sentence, I get real tripped up. It's pretty hard for me. So I have to consciously sit there and think, how do I say this? So I'm gonna blend all this out. And I actually skipped a step that she did. I don't know why I got them backwards, but it's okay, because we're gonna go back in and do it right now. Not all is lost. Before she does the contour on the face, she actually takes this stick and goes right here, and then right here. I mean, she goes in pretty heavy-handed, so that's what I'm doing. And she takes a brush very similar to this, and she blends it down, like through the crease, and then down the sides of her nose, so that it's all together, which honestly, I feel like I've seen this trick somewhere, but I can't even think of where I saw it, so maybe I haven't. And I'm just surprised that I haven't thought to try this, because it actually makes a lot of sense. I feel like this is probably something she picked up from one of her makeup artists, which I think would be one of the awesome things about being a celebrity and working with different makeup artists, is just that you would get so many different tricks and really be able to see a lot of different things and kind of take one from this person, one from that person, you know, pick and choose the things that worked for you and the things that didn't. I think that would be really cool. So in the end, she did go in a little bit more down here with the contour. She wanted to like kind of get that button nose, and I like that too. So I'm gonna do the same. Just want to make sure this is blended right there because I don't want it to be looking like I just have some random color right there. Oh. Okay, next we're taking Body Language. This is like an all over color that's from the collection she did with Nudestix. She puts it on her lips. She puts it on her cheeks. And then after her cheeks, she does something that to me was like, what? She puts a little bit like right here on her eyes. And I was like, oh my gosh, why have I never tried that? Because, so this has a little brush. That's what we're going to use to blend out. I just was so surprised I had never tried that because I am such a nut about blush placement. Like I do my cheeks, I do above my eyebrow, I do my nose, I do my chin. Like I kind of tend to take my blush like all over the place, like all the high points, and it just never occurred to me to try to put it right there. So I'm kind of like just shocked that I've never tried this, and we're gonna see how it looks. Oh my god, I think I really like that. It just like ties everything together. That's why I do it above my brows, because I like that feeling of like everything's tied together. It looks like natural color because it's not just on one place in your face. Wow, that's beautiful. I might have put a little bit much on, but I do know that later in the video she reapplies blush, so I'm not feeling too bad about how much I have on. I think it's gonna be okay. We're moving on to eyes now. This is Bright Eyes. It is like an eye color, like a cream pencil eye color. I love that this is part of her routine. She takes her eyelid and pulls it out a little bit, and she goes all over the lid, and she goes up a little bit above her crease, which I like to do that too, and she flushes out just a little bit, and she blends it with her finger. Oh my gosh, this is a girl after my own heart. I should have known well before I watched this video how much I would love her routine, because this is just like taking a cream shadow and just blending it out with your finger is, that's just like my dream routine. And she also goes under the eye, like along the lash line, and she blends that out as well. She talks about how she doesn't like harsh lines, which I understand because I don't really like harsh lines either. So this whole blending out with the finger is really right up my alley. She also talks about how it's really important to wash your hands, which is a little bit ironic because Hilary, you know, 4 months ago when she made this video, 4 or 5 months ago, definitely didn't know where we'd be today. We're all washing our hands now. Okay, so I did this eye the same as that one, and now we're gonna go in with the next color, which is Night Dweller. I do want to say that this Bright Eyes shade is really pretty. It's kind of like I don't want to say sheer, but it's like a soft pewter. It's not, you know, like very like a dark heavy color. It just is really nice, and I think it's very complimentary to my eyes, so I like that. So next we're going to take Night Dweller, and what she does with this is she goes along the lower lash line, getting it also a little bit in the waterline. Like it's like, the way she describes it is she puts it in the waterline, but then lets it get on the lower lashes as well. That really actually makes so much sense to me. So she does that, and then she makes it like a V, almost like a sideways V. So she pulls in a little bit right here, and then again pulling out and just blowing it out a little bit, and then she kind of blends it with her finger. So easy. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, so these are the only 2 shadows she uses, which, girl after my own heart. Like I said, I've repeatedly said in videos, I sometimes will use 3 shadows. More often, I will use 2 or 1. I am not someone that's trying to use a bunch of different shades. I honestly find it so awesome how simple this routine is. It just warms my heart. Okay, this is going to be a fun part. She uses this thing called Wonder Brow on her eyebrows. It's a brow gel, but it stays on for up to 3 days. You can swim in it, you can shower it. It's not supposed to come off unless you use like an oil cleanser, which is a little bit intimidating because I've never used this product and it's going to be on my eyebrows until I scrub it off. So it looks like almost like a nail polish brush. And I did see in her second video that she says you do need to treat it like nail polish and kind of just, you know, get the excess off. So I've brushed up my brows with a spoolie. And I'm just gonna go in like she does and I guess kind of do the shape of my brows. Oh my gosh. I'm not great at brows. She talks about how she isn't either, but I don't feel like she's as bad as I am. Oh no, why am I talking while I'm trying to do this? She says she likes a thick brow, a very bold brow. I think her brows are a little bit bolder than I am used to having on myself. Oh my gosh, I have like a little spot I don't like. But the whole point of this is to try her routine and step out of my comfort zone. So that is what we're going to do. She does mention that this product gets kind of waxy. So I'm trying to like work deliberately and not, you know, lag behind to where it's not gonna work well. I'm just gonna like clean this up. Okay. I don't hate that. It is gonna take a little bit of adjusting to, but I don't hate it. So we're gonna do the second one. So funny enough, Hilary talks about how you can never get your two brows to be exactly the same. And as I'm doing my left brow, I really feel that because I have to reach across basically for my left brow because I'm right-handed. And I feel like that kind of plays a part in it, is that it's just like dexterity wise, it's not the same to do both brows. Also, we all have one brow that behaves better than the other. And for me, that's just my right brow. It just, you know, is a little bit more even, looks a little better. I can kind of control it a little better. My left one has like a weird kind of thing that happens in the hair pattern. I don't know how to explain it. I think we all have a favorite brow though. We all have a favorite. Don't play yourself, you know you do. Comment below and let me know which is your favorite of your brows. Do you prefer your left brow or your right brow? Okay, so I feel happy with where it's at. That is definitely bolder than I'm used to. Oh my gosh. I ended up getting the shade brunette because the one in blonde, the tone just looked way too off. It looked too warm. I was like, that's probably not gonna work. I don't like a very warm brow. She then sets with boy brow, but I don't own boy brow. And again, with shipping being kind of weird right now, I just didn't want to have to wait on it. So I'm gonna try the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter to just set this. It's a clear gel, so, you know, I don't think it's really gonna affect the outcome. Also, I said try, but I mean, I've been trying this for, I would say 2 weeks now. And this is one of my new favorite products because it really does hold the brows up. That being said, this Wonder Brow is very waxy. I can feel it now that it's kind of set for a second. It is very waxy, so I have no doubt that it would hold on its own, but I didn't want to skip a step. So I have lash extensions. She does in the video as well. So she just combs through the lashes. That's pretty much to be expected. And then she uses a mascara on her bottom lashes. I'm not using the same one because I like water-based mascaras when I have lash extensions, solely because I know someone's going to get on the top at some point. So I don't want it to hurt my lashes too bad, especially right now when I'm basically having to do everything I can to try to keep my lashes for as long as I can, because none of us know when we're going to be able to go back to the lash salon. I do have some individual glue-on lashes that I got that I'm going to try to kind of like fill in the holes as I get, you know, little patches in my lash extensions. Also, I do my own nails at home, and I do have the stuff to give myself a facial. So if you want to see any of those DIY projects like my nails or how I give myself a facial at home, let me know. I feel like I would probably video them to try to share a little bit of the small knowledge that I have about DIYing some things that right now we can't go to an esthetician for. All right, for highlight, we're using Half Moon. This is her shade from her Nudestix collection. She takes it on her fingers and then she applies it to the high points of the cheeks. Oh wow, that's pretty. This is like an iridescent, but there's almost like a purple shift to it, which I love. I feel like it counteracts sallowness so well, and I think we're all probably feeling a little bit sallow right now, having been cooped up for so long. So I'm really digging that. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful. Oh, that's pretty. She puts a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and she puts a little bit on the center of the lip. So I'm gonna do that. Pretty. A little bit on the, what's this called? Like the point of the nose? The ball. Is this the ball of your nose? Is that what it's called? I feel like I should know that. It's English. I speak English. Why don't I know what this is called? And she puts a little bit over the brow bone, which is where I normally put a little bit of blush. But the concept is the same, you know. It's a high point of the face, so we want to highlight it. Oh my gosh, I really love that. This is nice, and it doesn't pull up the product under it, which, let me tell you what, I have played far more for highlight sticks that pull up product. This one does not pull up product under it. I love that. That is beautiful. I should have known Hilary would never steer me wrong. So next she goes in with Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. She uses the Film Star Bronze and Blush Glow. I'm just using the Film Star Bronze and Glow because the bronzer is the same. So, and that's all we're using. So she takes a big fluffy brush and she just goes back over her contour. She talks about how she likes layers. I can feel that. I'm a big layers person myself. And this is a really good product. I own this product and have used it, obviously. You can see. Well, you can't see because I wasn't holding it where you could see. Sorry. It's pretty buildable. I don't like to say sheer because I think sometimes people don't like the word, but it is sheer and that's what it's meant to be. It's just meant to, you know, be something you can build up and you don't have to worry if you go in with a heavy hand, which is great for me because I can be pretty heavy-handed when it comes to powders. I just like dip in, forget to fluff it off, and then next thing you know, it looks like I've been in a terrible accident. It's not good. So she ends up putting on a little bit more blush, even though I feel like I got a lot the first time. I'm just gonna go with it because I want to, you know, really give this my best shot in case maybe Hilary sees this video. Yeah, okie dokie. Now that I sufficiently look sunburnt, because I did overdo it, all right, then we're just, she goes in, she like extra blends her chin and her neck, which I can relate to, because we all know it's our worst nightmare that somebody sees a line. It's like, it's not a good look for anyone. So I'm just gonna go through and, you know, kind of blend through everything the way that she does in her video. And then her very last step, I'm not kidding you, is she just puts a tiny bit of powder, using a brush, she puts a tiny bit of powder under her eyes. It hurts me to not use concealer. I'm not going to lie. I feel very uncomfortable with this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to just put on a little bit of powder. She talks about how like when she puts concealer on her under eye, she feels like it gets crepey. And I feel like maybe she hasn't found the right concealer. Somebody please get Hilary Duff a good concealer that does not crepe up on her. She deserves it. All right, the clips have come out. I am assessing. In her video, she says this is, you know, my quick and easy makeup look. She likes that. She specifically says, I can still see my freckles, but there's some coverage, which over here, I don't know if you can, but in my mirror, I can see like a few of my freckles. I don't have a lot of freckles, but I do have a few. I can still see them. And overall, I kind of agree with her. This is a look where it's like, you know, you got up and you got dressed, you got ready, but it's not like you went crazy with it. I mean, all in all, this video has taken me, I mean, it'll be shortened once I edit, but it has taken me 35 minutes to film this, which normally it takes me like an hour just because I'm like, you know, really going over things. And this wasn't a very extensive kind of routine. It's simple. It's very to the point. Every step feels like there's a reason for it, which I really like. Like even with adding the Westman Atelier over the Nudestix foundation, it was, you know, she didn't explain it, but I do feel like it was just to add a little bit of coverage in those places. And it really worked. I like the way that this sat on top of the Nudestix. And I like this level of coverage. There's some coverage to it, but your skin still looks like skin. It's very not I wouldn't say like dewy, but it's very skin-like. It's very radiant. It's not, you haven't covered up your skin, and I love that. It just looks very healthy. And I think a little bit of that is the trick with using the blush right here on the eye. I love that. And I'm not going to lie, these brows are growing on me. Like they are sneaking up on me and really just like attaching themselves to me and putting their little fingers into my heart, the roots. I don't know where I was going with that. I really don't. But I really am starting to like these eyebrows. They're really nice. Bolder than I'm used to, but I think it works because the rest of the makeup is just so natural and light. It just is okay to have a bold brow with this. I think if I had on a very full coverage foundation, I certainly wouldn't want my brows to be this bold, but it really works for what's going on. Also, she gave us a look with only 2 shadows, and no brushes. I blended this out with my fingers. She blended it out with her fingers. That is fantastic. I love her. I love her. She's relatable. She's beautiful. She is unproblematic. Hats off to you, Hilary. I love you. I definitely feel like I will be incorporating some of this into my routine, and this might be a routine that I kind of like go back to on some days. Like if it's just like a light day, I feel like especially in the summer, this would be a fantastic look to go back to. So I'm excited. I had so much fun making this video. Please let me know down below if you have any other celebrity routines that you'd like to see me try. I would love to try some more of these. I know for a fact I want to try Sofia Richie's. She is adorable. I hope that you're taking care of yourself wherever you are. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. Also, head on over to Instagram and enter my monthly giveaway. I will see you next time. Please, please, please take care of yourselves until then, okay? Take care.